When Eilat Mazar realized she discovered an ancient structure near Jerusalem, she turned to the Bible to help explain what she found.
And she learned that this new discovery supports the biblical accounts of King David and his son Solomon.
King Solomon is an intriguing figure because the Bible makes so many claims about him, controlling vast amounts of territory.
Renowned for his unmatched wisdom and the magnificent temple that once adorned Jerusalem's skyline, King Solomon's legacy continues to resonate through time. In an extraordinary turn of events that has captured the attention of scholars worldwide, a group of Israeli archaeologists has recently uncovered the long-lost tomb of this legendary king. What secrets did Solomon take with him to the grave? What incredible artifacts lay concealed within its sacred chambers? Join us as we explore the enigmatic depths of history as archaeologists open King Solomon's tomb after 3,000 years, revealing findings that have stunned the world. Before we go any further, please smash the like button and subscribe to this channel for more fascinating and mind-blowing content. I really appreciate you. Thanks. So, this historic discovery of King Solomon's tomb, a figure celebrated for his immense wealth and wisdom, has been debated for centuries. Many skeptics dismiss the tomb as mere myth, doubting it would ever be found. However, fate had a different plan. A team of scientists and archaeologists, led by Eilat Mazar from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, made a groundbreaking discovery: the location of Solomon's tomb in the city of David. To affirm the credibility of this discovery, it's important to note that this wasn't Dr. Mazar's first significant find. In 1986, she made a monumental discovery: a large gatehouse located about 150 meters north of the city of David in the Ophel area. At that time, Dr. Mazar lacked sufficient evidence to link the gatehouse to King Solomon, so she refrained from making such claims. In 2009, Dr. Mazar resumed her excavations at the Ophel site. Everywhere she dug, layers from the First Temple period emerged, revealing a treasure trove of historical insights. These discoveries prompted her to revisit the dating of the gatehouse, and fresh evidence led her to conclude that it likely dated back to the 10th century BC, during King Solomon's reign. Why should we trust Dr. Mazar's findings? Dr. Mazar was a brilliant scientist who deeply valued the scientific method. One of her favorite sayings was, "We must let the stone speak." Herschel Shanks, an American lawyer, emphasized her expertise in a 2007 article for Biblical Archaeology Review, stating that no one would question her professional competence as an archaeologist. Dr. Mazar was often viewed as a biblical scientist, skillfully blending biblical narratives with her scientific research. Unlike many of her contemporaries, she had no reservations about integrating the Bible into her work. This approach set her apart in a field where science and religion often seem at odds. Among the many artifacts found at the site, over 30 bullae were discovered, and one of them captured special attention. Dr. Mazar's excitement and dedication to her work were evident, contrasting with the typical skepticism toward combining science and religion. Her profound expertise in archaeology played a crucial role in this significant discovery. What makes this discovery even more astonishing is that the team wasn't even searching for Solomon's tomb. Instead, they were looking for something much larger. Mazar and her team were excavating the oldest part of Jerusalem, hoping to find King David's palace. During their work, they uncovered a massive wall segment about 70 meters long, known in Arabic as the Cave of the Kings. What is this place? What is its purpose? Who built it and why? The archaeologists were eager to find out. The segment they uncovered included a gatehouse, a corner tower, and a royal structure. The archaeologists were amazed by the wall's size, suspecting it might be part of an even grander building, like a temple or palace. They were thrilled at the possibility that this structure was connected to King Solomon's reign. Radiocarbon dating indicated that the site was from the period when King Solomon ruled. Dr. Mazar noted that this was the first time they had found a structure from that era that could match the descriptions of King Solomon's buildings in Jerusalem. But could this have been built by another king, not Solomon? Dr. Mazar explained that there weren't many kings from the 10th century who could have built such a structure. Essentially, it could only have been David or Solomon. According to the Bible, King David, known for his battle with Goliath, was the father of King Solomon, who is credited with constructing the first temple of Jerusalem on the Temple Mount. Ceramics discovered near the wall helped date the structure to the second half of the 10th century BC, the era of King Solomon. Near the gatehouse, they found large earthen and water storage vessels, one of which bore a Hebrew inscription indicating it belonged to a high-ranking government official. Other finds included figurines typical of 10th century BC Jerusalem, such as four-legged animals and large-breasted women, likely symbolizing fertility. Additionally, archaeologists found jar handles with inscriptions mentioning the king and various Hebrew names. These discoveries make the finding even more fascinating and important. The historical and archaeological value of these finds cannot be overstated, as they provide a deeper understanding of the period and its people. For archaeologists, uncovering King Solomon's temple has long been a monumental goal. The recent discovery of a wall segment in Jerusalem's ancient Ophel area marks a historic breakthrough. Ophel, one of the city's oldest districts, is believed to have been the site of King David's palace. This finding adds new layers to our understanding of the region's past, firmly connecting it to biblical narratives that mention King Solomon, the illustrious ruler of ancient Israel, being laid to rest in the city of David. The discovery of King Solomon's tomb is not just an archaeological triumph. It is a reminder of the enduring legacy of wisdom, leadership, and the spiritual significance that transcends time. As we unearth the past, we gain valuable insights into our own lives and the lessons that history teaches us. If you found this exploration of history fascinating, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more exciting discoveries and insights into the past. This discovery holds significant implications, reinforcing the biblical depiction of Solomon as a powerful monarch overseeing a vast kingdom, challenging previous views that diminished his role to that of a minor tribal leader. The city of David, named after Solomon's father, King David, is recognized as the oldest part of Jerusalem, located just south of the present-day Old City. This area is historically important, as it is believed to be where King David established his capital after capturing Jerusalem from the Jebusites. Extensive archaeological excavations in this region have revealed numerous ancient structures and artifacts that illuminate Jerusalem's early history. The city of David, also known as Wadi Hilwa, is an archaeological site regarded as the original nucleus of ancient Jerusalem during the Bronze and Iron Ages. Situated on the southern part of Jerusalem's eastern ridge, it lies between the Kidron Valley to the west and the Tyropoeon Valley to the east, south of the Temple Mount. The site contains remnants dating back to the Middle Bronze Age, including defensive structures around the Gihon Spring. Notable discoveries include large stone buildings and stepped stone formations from the Iron Age, sparking scholarly debates about their potential connection to King David or a later era. One remarkable find in the city of David is the Siloam Tunnel, also known as Hezekiah's Tunnel. This ancient engineering marvel was built to bring water into the city, showcasing the advanced skills of Jerusalem's early inhabitants. Although originally attributed to Hezekiah, recent excavations suggest it may be even older. Alongside this tunnel, archaeologists have uncovered Roman-era remains such as the Pool of Siloam and Strythian Pool. Today, these excavated areas are part of Jerusalem Walls National Park, managed by the Israel Nature and Parks Authority and operated by the Elad Foundation. Situated in Wadi Hilwa, an extension of the Palestinian neighborhood of Silwan in East Jerusalem, near an Israeli settlement, this park is a significant archaeological site. Another noteworthy discovery is a large stone structure, believed by some to be the remains of King David's palace. If this massive building is indeed connected to David and Solomon, it underscores the city of David's historical importance as a center of power and administration during their reigns. Despite these recent groundbreaking discoveries and significant artifacts, previous archaeologists struggled to definitively locate any royal tombs belonging to Solomon or his successors. Several factors contribute to this challenge. The city of David is vast, and not all areas have been thoroughly excavated in earlier efforts. Additionally, centuries of Jerusalem's turbulent history, including wars and invasions, may have destroyed or severely damaged these tombs. Ancient structures could have been buried beneath later constructions, further complicating the search. However, these challenges did not deter archaeologists from pursuing the quest for these royal tombs, recognizing the profound significance such discoveries would have in shedding light on the rulers of ancient Israel and their burial practices. Uncovering these tombs would provide critical insights into the governance and cultural customs of that era, enriching our understanding of ancient Israelite society. Nevertheless, the discoveries made within the city of David have been invaluable, allowing archaeologists and scientists to piece together the history of Jerusalem and the daily lives of its inhabitants during the United Monarchy period. Each new find has expanded our knowledge and clarified the past, offering glimpses into the rich tapestry of ancient Israelite civilization. Before Dr. Mazar's groundbreaking discovery, many speculated about the possible location of Solomon's tomb. Some believed it might lie beneath the Temple Mount, a site revered by Judaism, Christianity, and Islam alike. Known as Haram al-Sharif in Islam, this noble sanctuary is where Prophet Muhammad's celestial night journey is believed to have occurred, commemorated by the Dome of the Rock, an architectural marvel of Islam. Over the centuries, the Temple Mount has been contested terrain, controlled by various peoples, including the Jebusites, Israelites, Babylonians, Greeks, Persians, Romans, Byzantines, early Muslims, Crusaders, Mamluks, Ottomans, and the British. Spanning just 35 acres, it has witnessed more historical turning points than perhaps any other site globally. Yet archaeologists have faced significant hurdles in uncovering its buried secrets, as the Waqf, the Islamic trust overseeing Muslim holy sites on the Temple Mount, has historically barred extensive archaeological digs, citing religious sanctity and resisting what it viewed as sacrilege. Despite sporadic surveys by adventurous Europeans in the late 19th century and limited excavations by the British during the renovation of the Al-Aqsa Mosque in the early 20th century, the depths beneath the Temple Mount remain largely unexplored. This limited exploration meant that even if Solomon's tomb lay hidden there, finding it remained a formidable challenge. Without systematic investigation, the notion of hidden chambers beneath the Temple Mount, while intriguing, remains speculative due to the lack of conclusive evidence. Ancient texts and traditions hint at royal burials near or around the Temple Mount, with stories suggesting that kings like Solomon were possibly interred close to this sacred precinct. The connection to Solomon's temple, the epicenter of Israelite worship built under King Solomon's guidance, further fueled beliefs that his final resting place might be near this revered structure. To support more exciting content and discoveries, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Additionally, some ancient texts refer to concealed chambers and secret tunnels beneath the sacred Temple Mount, hinting at the possibility of hidden rooms or passages where significant artifacts, including royal tombs, may have been hidden. Unfortunately, the inability to explore these areas fully makes it difficult to verify these intriguing legends. While archaeologists have meticulously investigated the surroundings of the Temple Mount, definitive evidence of Solomon's tomb remains elusive. These efforts are carefully conducted to preserve the site's integrity and historical importance. Although these excavations have revealed fascinating artifacts and structures, the mystery of Solomon's final resting place remains unresolved. If, as some speculate, Solomon's tomb lies within the Temple Mount, its discovery would be a monumental moment, not only for archaeology, but also for history and religious enthusiasts. Yet, the search for Solomon's tomb extends beyond the Temple Mount. Mount Zion has also been proposed as a possible site for Solomon's tomb, traditionally associated with the city of David. However, this belief arises from a historical misconception. King David's actual burial site is located in the southeastern part of Jerusalem's Old City, known as the City of David. Early 20th century excavations by French archaeologist Raymond, while uncovered structures he believed to be royal tombs in this area. Today, it is widely accepted that David was buried in the City of David, south of the Temple Mount, debunking the notion that Solomon's tomb could be on Mount Zion. According to some accounts, there is a belief that Solomon's body was taken to Ethiopia and buried in a hidden location. This idea is supported by long-standing Ethiopian traditions that claim to possess relics connected to Solomon, including his crown and throne. Another theory suggests that Solomon's body may not have been buried at all, but instead could have been cremated or otherwise destroyed. This theory arises because there is no clear evidence or archaeological findings that definitively identify the location of Solomon's tomb. The mystery surrounding Solomon's ultimate resting place continues to captivate scholars, historians, and archaeologists, as it remains shrouded in uncertainty and intrigue. Secrets of Zedekiah's Cave. Beneath the bustling streets of Jerusalem's Old City lies a hidden world filled with mystery and legend. This secret place whispers ancient tales to those brave enough to explore its dark corridors. At the heart of this underground realm is Zedekiah's Cave, also known as Solomon's Quarries. This vast limestone quarry has fascinated scholars, adventurers, and curious visitors for centuries. Legend has it that this enormous underground chamber, stretching over 5 city blocks, served as a refuge for King Zedekiah, a Judean ruler from the 6th century BC, during the siege of Jerusalem. King Zedekiah is said to have sought shelter in the cave as the Babylonian army advanced. The biblical commentator Shlomo Yitzchaki, affectionately known as Rashi, tells a thrilling story of Zedekiah's escape. He describes how the king hid in the cave and fled through its winding passages towards the plains of Jericho. As Zedekiah navigated the darkness, a miraculous event occurred. God sent a deer running above ground, leading the pursuing soldiers to the cave's exit just as Zedekiah emerged, allowing them to capture and blind him. This chilling tale adds to the cave's allure, but its connection to the Freemasons has sparked even more interest. The Freemasons regard Zedekiah's Cave as a sacred site, believing it was a meeting place for the Knights Templar. They think the cave contains secret symbols and codes that hint at the order's hidden knowledge. However, no solid evidence supports this theory. Today, Zedekiah's Cave is a popular tourist attraction. Guided tours take visitors through its vast halls and narrow passages. Modern renovations and an audio-visual show enhance the experience, allowing visitors to imagine the cave's bustling past. It was once a quarry for the materials used in the construction of King Solomon's first temple and other grand buildings that adorned the city. Debunking myths. Before the recent discovery, not only archaeologists and scientists, but also scholars put forward theories about the possible location of Solomon's tomb. Some suggested Mount Zion, a hill in Jerusalem associated with the city of David, as a potential site for the royal tombs of the Davidic dynasty, including Solomon. However, this idea was based on a misunderstanding. The widely accepted belief that King David is buried on Mount Zion is inaccurate. In reality, King David's burial site is in the southeastern part of Jerusalem's Old City, south of the Temple Mount, known today as Ir David or the City of David. According to 1 Kings 2 verse 10 in the Bible, King David died and was laid to rest in the City of David. The text also notes David's reign over Israel for 40 years, encompassing 7 years in Hebron and 33 years in Jerusalem. Following David's passing, Solomon succeeded his father on the throne and established his rule. Despite this, Zion has historically referred to ancient Jerusalem. During the Middle Ages, Byzantine pilgrims mistakenly identified the hill south of today's Old City's Armenian Quarter as part of ancient Jerusalem and named it Mount Zion. The city David captured was located on a smaller hill to the south of the Temple Mount. This hill was originally the Jebusite city, which became King David's capital and formed the entire city of Jerusalem for over 2 centuries. As time passed, the city expanded westward to include what we now call Mount Zion. Over the centuries, the incorrect belief that King David was buried on Mount Zion persisted. In the 2nd century CE, Jerusalem faced destruction, the Jews were exiled, and the knowledge of King David's true burial site was lost. The Bible provides an early clue, stating that King David, his son Solomon, and later kings of Judah for the following 150 years were laid to rest in the City of David, likely part of what is now recognized as the City of David. In 1913, French archaeologist Raymond, while excavated what he believed could be tombs in Jerusalem's City of David, possibly the royal burial site of the earliest Old Testament kings. Some scholars contested Weil's conclusions, but archaeologist Jeffrey Zorn's analysis suggests that while might have been accurate, despite the long-standing belief, dating back to the 1st century CE, historian Josephus, that King David's tomb was on Mount Zion. Earlier biblical references indicate that David and other kings of that time were buried near the southern parts of the city of David in ancient Jerusalem. According to Jeffrey Zorn, we might already have the answer. He proposes that 2 quarry tunnels in the city of David might have once held the remains of ancient Jerusalem's earliest Old Testament kings. In the 19th century, diplomat Charles Claremont Gano suggested that the curved path of Hezekiah's tunnel near its southern end was designed to avoid disturbing the burial sites of these ancient kings. Starting in 1913, Raymond Wall led excavations on Baron Rothschild's city of David property, continuing in 1914 and again from 1923 to 1924. Despite later quarrying that disrupted the area, Wall uncovered ancient walls, ritual baths, cisterns, and a circular tower, now thought to be a columbarium. Most notably, he identified 9 rock-cut features as tombs, interpreting the most significant ones, labeled T1, T3, as part of the royal necropolis of the Old Testament kings of ancient Jerusalem. After hearing all these fascinating theories, some people believe Solomon's tomb was intentionally concealed to protect it from robbers and invaders, a common practice for royal burials in ancient times. Some theories even suggest that Solomon's tomb could be in a more secretive location, perhaps outside the traditional city of David, due to political or religious tensions during turbulent periods. For instance, there's the legendary Seal of Solomon, also known as the Ring of Solomon. According to medieval mystical traditions, this famous ring is said to have belonged to King Solomon, often depicted as a pentagram or hexagram, and is believed to have given Solomon the power to control supernatural beings and communicate with animals. The earliest mentions of Solomon's seal come from Jewish traditions, first noted by the 1st century Jewish historian Josephus. It is also referenced in the 3rd century Jewish magical text Sefer Harazim and in a section of the tractate Gittin within the Babylonian Talmud. Now, the Tomb of the Kings in Jerusalem is finally open to the public. Medieval Europeans thought this site held the burials of King David and King Solomon. Though this theory has been disproven, the name persists. The tombs were originally constructed in the 1st century CE and were reused for many years. French archaeologist Louis Félicien de Saulcy was the first to excavate the site in 1863, hoping to confirm that these tombs belonged to David and Solomon. This dig is considered by some to be the first modern archaeological excavation in Jerusalem. During his work, de Saulcy found several coffins. One of these coffins, now in the Louvre Museum in Paris, has 2 lines of Aramaic inscribed on it, reading Sadan the Queen and Sada the Queen. This rich history, filled with legends and discoveries, makes the story of Solomon's tomb a captivating tale. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. In a dimly lit chamber draped in the shadows of antiquity, King Solomon's regal remains lay undisturbed for millennia. Dr. Jonathan Hayes, a renowned archaeologist, examined the corpse, his breath misting in the ancient air. As Hayes and his team gazed upon the artifacts and King Solomon's tomb, opened after 3,000 years, what they found inside shocked the world. The king's crown, adorned with sapphires that shimmered faintly even after centuries, rested atop his weathered skull. Hayes carefully brushed away dust, revealing intricate carvings depicting Solomon's legendary wisdom and victories. As the archaeologist examined the royal scepter, a whisper of awe filled the tomb. The walls, lined with scrolls thought to have been lost to time, told tales of alliances and conquests that reshaped ancient lands. One scroll, remarkably well-preserved, bore Solomon's own musings on justice and governance, written in a script both elegant and enigmatic. Hayes's heart raced with the weight of history unfolding before him. Could these artifacts rewrite our understanding of Solomon's reign? Each item, from golden artifacts to ancient coins, held clues to an era steeped in mystery and power. The discovery promised to reveal more than just Solomon's legacy, shedding light on the complex history of long-lost ancient kingdoms. As Hayes pondered the implications, a question echoed in his mind. What other secrets lie buried beneath the sands of time, waiting to be unearthed? Insights from ancient artifacts. In addition to theories and speculations, certain artifacts discovered in the city of David offer intriguing hints about the possible location of King Solomon's tomb. Among these artifacts are bulli and seals inscribed with names from biblical times, dating back to Solomon's era. These discoveries provide captivating clues that point toward where his burial place might be. A bulla is a small token made of clay or soft metal, historically used for authentication and to ensure documents could not be tampered with during ancient times. From 8000 to 7500 BCE, farmers in Sumer used small clay tokens to keep track of their animals and goods. As time passed, they found it more useful to mark these tokens on clay tablets, which eventually led to the creation of cuneiform writing around 3100 BCE. The earliest tokens were discovered in the Zagros region of Iran, and later on, similar seals made of metal were called bulli. Most of these seals were made of lead, although some were even crafted from gold, as seen in seals used by Byzantine and Holy Roman emperors, as well as other monarchs during the Middle Ages. In recent archaeological discoveries, a team excavating a small site in Israel uncovered 6 official clay seals. The unearthed artifacts indicate that this region was not just a remote outpost, but a central hub of governance and trade. The intricate carvings found on these relics suggest a sophisticated society with highly skilled craftsmen and advanced artistic techniques. The discovery of royal seals and official documents further implies a well-organized bureaucracy that efficiently managed the kingdom's affairs.